Welcome back, it's Richard again. So in this video tutorial, we are going to look at how to use Android Studio to be able to create projects and navigate them properly. So for the very first time, the interface will look like this. Maybe you might not have this button, so if you do not have this button, a new Flutter project, you will come to plugins. Inside the plugins, you will Flutter and install it. So once you're done installing it, it will come along with it will install for you that, and when you come back here, you should be able to see this button display. So we should go ahead and try to create one. Again, when you come here, if you do not have these configurations, for example, it will show you a Flutter SDK must be specified, and you cannot go ahead to create a project. So we'll navigate to your file system and select where you installed the Flutter SDK, and you click OK. The error will disappear very soon. So here is a list of all projects you can create, but we shall choose Flutter for this case. C for Java, for Kotlin and others, but let's go with Flutter. So I will click next. I'll say give it a name, for example, my app, like that. And here's some description, for example, this app is mine. Let's say it's a dummy. Okay, as you can name yours, anything that should be directed with the application. So here, this project will be created and it will be called my app inside Studio Projects on your local disk C. You can otherwise select any other location, but I'll leave it as default because it's nice. Here, if you're working for an organization, for example, you can put here. If not, you can maybe put your name, that's something. Because I'm working for an organization which is the Unity University, I will highlight it TU.University, like that. Yes, so down below you see the language. You do not mind about this, but we shall focus on the platforms. So we say the Flutter and that it's a cross-platform combination for Android, iOS up to Windows. So for this case, we only need an Android because we are developing on Windows, and Windows can only run on Android. So iOS, that is for if you are developing using MacBook, but still, the codes we won't write here can run perfectly on a MacBook, on an iOS device. So we shall leave them as default because you need to see them for purpose of learning. So we shall create a project offline, and then you go ahead and say create. So I left this intentionally to be able to see this error because you might face some errors there and you don't know why they are coming. So it is simply saying that the name we are giving the project is not good. So the project directory, username blah blah, does not exist. It will be created by Android Studio. Yes, but again it says invalid module name my app. So Flutter all that doesn't like this, so we have to use lowercase with underscore if we need to put space. So here I'll come back and say my app. If I wanted space, I could add an underscore, but for my app I want it to be like that. I will go ahead and create my application. I'll wait a few minutes until it is created for me, and I will go ahead and try to use it. It's taking a while. Okay, there we go. So after your application is being created, it will look like this. Your main interface will look like that. However, you will have this warning, but you can exclude folders. It will come up. You allow it. But Microsoft Defender's antivirus does not see it as a virus and does not interfere with your code, so that they can be able to run smoothly. And as well, we start with some background activities like configuring your application and some other stuff. Let them be. We shall try to customize the user interface to suit our needs. Yes, so we shall start with the menu bar. Here we have this looking like a kind of bread something. Yeah, so we call it a hamburger icon. So here it displays. We can create a new project and some other stuff. You can close a project if you want. For example, I can close it and it will be closed. But once I close it, the interface will try to refresh. But I want to move back to my project. Perfect. So we have, if you want to go to the settings, there is this one and there is also that one there. Yeah, so you can save all files at once. You can see the local history. You can see other stuff, recent projects you've been working on. For me, I do not have one. You can repair the IDE just in case it has some problems. And you can manage the IDE settings. You can import it from Visual Studio Code or maybe another IDE. You can as well export your project, HTML and zip. As well, you can exit if your device is very consuming, power consuming. You can enable power saving mode, but because me, I'm not afraid of that, so I will go ahead and try to leave it as it is. Yeah, so here, this toggle, you can drop down here, you can choose some of the projects you have. Here is version control if you want to push your new changes on GitHub. As well, here we are seeing the devices available for running our application. For example, we have two web browsers, Chrome and Edge. We have also Windows Desktop. If you connect your physical phone here, it will display as well. And if we run our virtual phone, again, it will display there. Here is the current open file. This button run is for running our application, and the debug is for debugging. Everything is straightforward. User interface here is absolutely cool, even beginners, as long as they know they have interacted with some other IDEs, for example Eclipse, maybe Visual Studio Code. They can as well be able to navigate here. So these are settings. You can manage the SDK, you can see the project structure, settings, plugins, themes, which colors of your interface, key maps to see most of the keys, shortcuts, and others. View mode, just in case. Here you will see which user is currently being logged in. Yeah, so this will easily help you to manage your configurations. Then here on the sidebar on the right, there is number one notification for giving you very most recent notifications, and here device manager. This is where you manage your devices. Let's say, for example, I do not have this phone, but I wanted to create it. I can create a virtual device. I come here. I choose, for example, I want to create a Pixel 9, a Pixel 8, or any other phone. Or I want a tablet, I want it, say, a watch, a desktop, a TV. I think you can have virtual automotive for cars and other stuff. So you can always have. So I'll choose a phone, for example, Pixel 9, and I say next. I can change the name if I want. If I don't want, I can just continue and finish, and I will have a product like this. So next is running devices. Now I don't have any running device, that's why I cannot see anything. Is Gemini, for example, I wanted to use the Gemini AI to help you to debug and write code. There we go. And some other stuff. So for now, to get started, we need only those. And maybe on this side, this is the left side bar. We have resource manager. We have the shall we focus on the problems. If there is any problem or errors in your code, will be displayed here. If you need the terminal maybe to execute some commands, you will be able to find it there. Perfect. Then this is GitHub for version control, but I will Ignore those for now, and let us try to enable our virtual device. Let's try to run our phone and see. So it takes you directly to the running devices. Very soon your app will load, and boom. So this is my device. I was running that application before, but yours should appear. Yours should appear different without any of those. You can use these buttons to navigate. Or you can use the mouse, but it disturbs a bit. Yeah, so use this for back, like you use them on your normal phones. Yes, for back, for closing the app and other things. So it works like a normal phone, just that for it is virtual. It doesn't get a SIM card, but it can do any other functionality of an ordinary phone, other than calling local call. So it's like a real phone. It has applications and a very cool interface. You can add your WhatsApp, your emails, and some other stuff. Yes, so basically that is it. So for example, if you wanted to run the app on that virtual phone, here we go, select Pixel, and once you run, the build code will be able to run and should be able to display within this application. Yes, for this case here it's becoming small and you are unable to see very well, so I will pull it out like this, try to maximize it a bit so for the visibility. But the moment you start typing, immediately it will disappear. So what we shall do, we shall enable all of them. For example, I will go for it. I'll go for it and I'll try to arrange the space. You can have them both side by side. Yes, this will be much better. So we have our phone here and we have our code editor here. We have also our file explorer here for helping us to navigate. Perfect. This is really mashallah. So once it runs, you should be able to see it being launched here. So it will take some seconds. It will depend on your processor and the speed of your computer. Yeah, so others it might take. So when you run it for the very first time, it can take hours. But once you've been able to manage to run it and it runs successfully, it should be able to take seconds or minutes to run. So let us wait for it as it completes to run some configurations in the background. Alright, so it finally loads and it's launching. So here it has finished. So this is the demo app that will appear on your device once you have successfully managed to compile it. So it will be installed directly here, and once you tap here, it should be able to work like there. Yes, perfect. So here, this button, it enables you to hot restart, and here it is a hot reload. So when you tap here, it will, if you have done any changes to your application, it should be able to display it. For example, here the title is Flutter demo. So I'll come here and change the demo to my app, and maybe if I need to say change something else, Flutter, this will be my app. Maybe I can call it my counter app, like that. Yes, my counter. When I save like that, I will have it refreshed a bit, my counter app. So it will do what you call a hot reload my counter application, for example. So when I come here and say that, so it will say my counter application. So this one is called a hot restart. If some changes are failed to be applied, so once you say hot restart, it will have to rerun the record and try to reinstall it. Not necessarily installing it, but applying the changes. But after recompiling it. Yeah, so simply that's how to maneuver around here and navigate. So here I will click here to stop my application from running, and I can also switch off my phone if needed, and I can as well come here and stop it from running. And that means I have concluded this session of using the interface. So next is in the next video we are going to look at this code structure for Flutter application and see how we can get started. Alright, so thank you for attending or following this video from the beginning. I recommend you to watch until the end so that you can be able to learn more. Once again, I remind you to like and follow so that I can create more content like this next time.